you guys, welcome back to my channel for another pregnancy update. I am officially at 9 weeks as of today, so just like usual, this video is going to encompass from 8 weeks all the way up to 9 weeks. And something different I thought I would do this week is I'm going to read you some of the facts from my baby app of things that are happening this week. So currently at 9 weeks, baby is about the size of a cherry. It says that baby has doubled in size from conception, so that's crazy. We're about, like I said, just over the halfway mark of our first trimester, which is also really exciting, so that we'll be able to share the news with more people. Let's see, the app also says by week 9, all of baby's essential organs have begun to develop. Tiny fingers and toes have started to become visible. By week 9, all of baby's, baby's heart has divided into 4 chambers. Soon the valves will develop too. And then while baby won't be needing them anytime soon, his or her teeth buds are forming this week. So I always find it really exciting to read those from week to week. I use the app The Bump. I really like it, and it's free. You don't have to pay for it. I was using the Flow app to track conception and my periods and whatnot, but I find that if you don't pay for the subscription, you don't get any sort of features and like the weekly updates about baby. So if you're looking for an app, The Bump, check it out. It's my favorite, and I can even use it with my son too. I used it all through my first pregnancy, and even now it gives me tips for like toddlers and stuff for his age. So check that out if you haven't. So total weight gain. So previously in my updates, I said I typically start off between 1 and 125. But I guess I must have put on a little bit weight because my pre-pregnancy with my firstborn was 130, 135, and I went to my first doctor's appointment this week and I weighed in at 135, and there's no way that I have gained 10 to 15 pounds in like a couple weeks span. I just don't see how that's possible. So I guess going forward, we'll start my weight right now at 135. That is what the doctor's scale said, so we'll see how that fluctuates going forward from week to week. So I'm still not in maternity clothes, but I have, like I said, bought a few things here and there, and I'm going to pick up some maternity leggings and maybe a couple basic tops, but still wearing and rocking my normal clothes, although I do tend to wear high-waisted jeans, and my high-waisted jeans are kind of getting a little bit tight on the bump. And like leggings, I can see like the lines imprinted on my stomach if I wear them all day long. So maybe I'll be making the switch here soon. I don't know. I'm gonna hang on to my normal clothes for as long as possible. My bootcut jeans, those are a little bit more of a lower cut, so those ones I feel are more comfortable than like my high-waisted skinny jeans, but still no maternity clothes quite yet. No stretch marks, and like I said, I didn't get any stretch marks with my firstborn. I know they say that stretch marks can be hereditary, so we'll see if I get them. My mom didn't ever really have a ton of stretch marks with us, but every pregnancy is different, and we'll see how this one goes. I'm still currently just using like my regular lotion. I'm using Bum Bum cream. I'm almost out of it, so I probably will need to switch to something here soon, but for now I'm just going to use what I have on hand, and then when I run out I will switch over to something prenatal. Best moment this week was definitely confirming and getting to see baby for the first time. This last Thursday I had my first prenatal checkup. It was basically like establishing care and to do my dating ultrasound, which I have some updates for you guys. But we got some fun ultrasound pictures. This was baby right there, you can see. And this is actually baby's heartbeat. Baby's heartbeat was 175 beats per minute, and they said that that was completely normal. Let me know if your baby had a high heart rate like this. Was it a boy or a girl? I know those are just like old wives' tales, but they say if it's higher that it could be a girl. I'm not sticking with the girl train, but just something exciting to know. I don't think I ever recorded with Nate what his heart rate was at, but I want to say his was lower than 175. But like I said, the doctor said it was completely normal for how far baby is along. Here is another one. The doctor was phenomenal at Multicare. It was like 360 from what I normally had at a military doctor. Everyone from like the receptionist to the doctor was so kind. She was so patient. She took her time with me, and she was telling me that she wanted to get like the best images, so we had the best dates. I have 2 more pictures. There's that one. And then Here's that one. Now, some updates from my appointment is I was measuring a little bit behind, nothing crazy. So normally they will change your due date if it's more than 5 days. And I want to say, I can't remember how many weeks I was when I went in, but on some of the ultrasounds, or how many days in the middle of the week I was, but some of the ultrasounds I was measuring at 8 weeks, and some of them I was only measuring at 7 and 6, so only a couple days off. So we did stick with my due date being September 18th, so super exciting. That's actually my sister-in-law's birthday, so when we tell her, that's exciting. But with that being said, because there was some slight like offness with the measuring and the dates, nothing to be concerned about, but the doctor did want to do a follow-up ultrasound just so we have like the best date possible. So I will go back next week for my lab work and stuff with the nurse, and then the following week we're gonna do another ultrasound, which I'm not complaining about because that means I get to see baby again. But we're gonna do a follow-up ultrasound just a couple weeks later to see if measurements have caught up and if I am actually the amount of weeks I am, since I did only have 1 period from conception. So I had Nathan, I stopped breastfeeding at 1 year, and then I didn't get my period back until literally like a month ago, and he's gonna be 2 in May. So they just want to set, like I said, be sure that my due date and conception did happen when it did. So nothing crazy off, but yeah, we have a little bean in there. Baby was okay, like I said, strong heartbeat and great pictures. So I'm super excited. Sleeping, so sleeping about the same as I have in previous weeks, although like the having to get up and pee in the middle of the night has really ramped up. Like I said, still at least once in the middle of the night I have to get up and use the restroom, and I'm still fighting sharing a room with a toddler because we are in the process of moving, and that is going to be how it is for like the next few weeks. So we are sharing a room with a toddler. I have the bed, he has an air mattress. Halfway through the night he gets out of his air mattress and wants to be in bed with me. So between having to get up and pee, having to get up and like put him in my bed, him waking up early, trying to get him back to sleep, it's the sleep that I'm gonna get for the near future. It's not bad sleep, like I'm sleeping good, and as soon as I crawl into bed I'm like sound asleep, but it's not the greatest sleep I've ever had. Missing anything? Nope, I don't really feel like I'm missing anything. The only thing that I can think of, like I said last week, is just like I wish I didn't have nausea. I miss being able to get up in the morning and not have to eat at every single waking moment, because that's what I have to do these days. So I'm missing that, but other than that, like I said, nothing physical, nothing tangible. Movement, still no movement. I don't anticipate that for a little bit, but I'm looking forward to the day when I do feel movement. But until then, we're just gonna play the waiting game. Anything making you queasy or sick? Yes. I had my first food aversion last night, and this morning I warmed up. My mom had prepped, like meal prepped Nathan some like ground turkey and cheese meatballs, and he didn't eat what we were eating last night for dinner, so I had warmed him up some of those because I knew he would eat them. And my dad had to cut them up into small pieces for Nathan because the smell of the ground turkey meatballs just was grossing me out. And then this morning I cooked, my mom bought me these like lean cuisine breakfast meals, kind of like the Jimmy Dean ones. It basically just had like cheese and potato and egg, but the ham that was in it, the smell of like the bacony ham, it smells so gross. And it didn't taste bad, it's just like the smell of it I just can't get over. So we are starting to get like some meat aversions, clearly. I had Jimmy Dean sausage last night with dinner and like a egg roll and a bowl meal that I made, and I had no problems with that, but I guess ham. With Nate, I never really had that. I had a food aversion to chicken, so hopefully that doesn't start soon. I haven't had any issues with like eating dinner, but yep, ham. Also, sick or queasy is everything is multiplied times 10. Last night I had like a wall plug-in, like wallflower from Bath & Body Works, and it was like a vanilla-y scent, and I had to unplug it because the smell was just too strong. And then also, like in previous weeks, changing Nathan's diapers, like poopy diapers. I have to like hold my shirt over my nose because it just makes me want to gag. And also me going to the bathroom as well, TMI, but me when I go to the bathroom, I also make myself gag. So there's that. Gender guess, 50-50 shot here, but I really don't know still. Part of me just really thinks that it's a boy. I think if it does come out that it's a girl, I'm going to be in like complete shock, but as of right now, like I just feel like it's a boy. I don't know if that just makes me feel like why that is, but yeah, I just feel like I'm destined to be a boy mom, so we'll see. Maybe it'll be a girl. Labor signs, yeah, no, not for a very, very long time, so we'll skip that question. No labor signs. Symptoms. So symptoms, I'm obviously still having the nausea here and there. Some mornings are definitely better than others. Some mornings I feel like great. I have been eating like 2 or 3 saltine crackers before I get out of bed, and Nate's thankfully been very patient with me. If you have a toddler, you know. And that seems to be helping. And then I basically, when we get up, we've been getting up at like 6 o'clock in the morning, I'll eat breakfast immediately. I normally have like a piece of toast and like maybe a piece of fruit. This week I've been eating like little cutie oranges or maybe like an applesauce pack, and that seems to be helping. And then I'll eat a second breakfast around 9 a.m. with something like more protein to hold me over until lunchtime, and that seems to be doing the trick. I feel good for the most part. Nausea also is like kept at bay if I'm like getting up and getting out of the house and doing stuff. I find that if I'm like on the go and out of the house, I don't have as much nausea as if I'm like sitting at home on the couch. I don't know, is that weird? Is that just in my head? But there's that. I also have had like extreme exhaustion. I feel like after 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I just crash. Like last night, thankfully I have my parents here. I fell asleep on the couch at 6 or 6:30. I was just trying to make it till 7:30 bedtime, but I failed, and thankfully like they helped straighten up like Nathan's toys and like kept him entertained while I like took a little power nap. But the exhaustion. Other than that, nothing else really crazy. I shared the food aversions. So those are just beginning to pick up. Really no major cravings yet. With Nathan, I didn't really ever have any major cravings either. I just will see like an ad or a commercial for something, and then I get like, oh my gosh, I really want that. But I wouldn't say it's like a super craving. Like it's not like those cravings you hear that are super weird or like I have to have it right now in this second. But we'll see how that develops over the next couple weeks. But other than that, my symptoms have been pretty mellow. So hopefully it continues on that trend, and hopefully since we're over halfway through the first trimester, hopefully my morning sickness and like the nausea tampers off here soon, but we'll see. Belly button in or out? Belly button is still in. With my first son, I didn't like, my belly button didn't pop until like really far into the final trimester, so we'll see how this goes since I'm showing a little bit sooner than I did with my first. Wedding rings on or off? Still on, and I don't anticipate having to take them off. I'll repeat like I did previously. I never had to take them off in my first pregnancy. I wore them all the way through labor. Happy or moody most of the time? I am definitely happy most of the time. I did notice this week though, there were a couple days that I did feel a little bit moodier, more just like a little bit sad. We are doing long distance with my husband right now since he is away on the East Coast for school. We're dealing with a 3-hour time difference, and I'm having to do like all the parenting myself. I do have my parents thankfully here, but my dad works and my mom is go. So for the most part, I do have some help, but I'm solo parenting right now, and just being away, like I miss him, and it's hard when it's your first pregnancy, or not my first pregnancy, it's your second pregnancy, but hard when I went in for my first ultrasound this week and he didn't get to be there and things like that. Like I feel like I'm just feeling a little bit emotional. So I don't know if that's just like pregnancy or that's just like life in general. So I would say though, most of the time I'm pretty happy. So I'm definitely looking forward to going back to the doctors. I feel like anytime you go in for an appointment is just so exciting. Like I said, I go in next week to do some stuff with the nurse. I'll do all of my lab work, which is one of the things I need to take care of in the next couple days. Unlike TRICARE, when I was seen at the Naval Hospital, this is a little bit different. So I have to call the number on this pamphlet that she gave me to see what sort of testing is covered. Obviously they'll do like all your initial lab work, but any extra like genetic testing that I want to do, I need to call to see what's covered by my insurance, and then we will go from there. So I definitely want to do any sort of genetic testing that is covered. As long as it's free, I will definitely be doing it. The doctor also said that they can give me a quote for anything extra that I want to do, to see how much that would cost me out of pocket if they don't cover it. So that is what I'm looking forward to. And then, like I said, the following week after that, I'll get to see baby again. So that is what's keeping me going. I just love getting to see the baby. All right, so this is gonna be the bump. Like I said, I am 9 weeks today. Here's the front. Here's the side, back, another side, and there you have it. Definitely a little something. All right, you guys, well, that is going to wrap up my pregnancy update for weeks 8 all the way up to week 9. Hopefully you enjoyed it and you are finding these helpful. I'll make sure to link my previous weeks down below, and you can look forward to another weekly update next week. So stay tuned. If you're enjoying these, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Leave me any comments you may have, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another pregnancy update. I'll see you guys next week. Bye guys!